Walk down the baking aisle and you'll see it. Vegetable gelatine, vegetarian gelatine, plant-based gelatine. It sounds like someone just made a meat-free version of the same thing. Here's the twist. Chemically, that's not what it is at all. Vegetable gelatine isn't real gelatine, it's a completely different substance from a completely different source that happens to do a similar job, and it borrowed the name for the shelf. Real gelatine and its plant stand-ins aren't even the same class of molecule. So what's the actual difference and why does it matter the moment you start cooking with it? Let's take the label apart. Let's start with the real thing. What is actual gelatine? It's an animal protein. Specifically, it's made from collagen, the connective tissue found in animal skin, bones, and cartilage. When you simmer that collagen, the tightly wound protein unravels and partially breaks down into gelatine. If you saw the egg video, this will sound familiar. It's protein unfolding again, denaturation, the same idea. Then, when gelatine dissolves in hot water and cools, those protein strands retangle into a three-dimensional mesh that traps water. That trapped water mesh is your wobble, the jiggle of a classic jelly or panna cotta. So hold on to two facts about real gelatine. It's a protein and it comes from animals. That second fact is the whole reason vegetarians and vegans can't eat it, and the whole reason a plant alternative had to exist in the first place. So what's in the vegetable version? Here's the key reveal. It's not a protein at all. Almost every vegetable gelatine is a polysaccharide, a carbohydrate. A long chain of sugar units. That's a fundamentally different kind of molecule from the animal protein in real gelatine. The most common one is agar, made from red seaweed. That's what's usually sold as vegetable gelatine. There's also pectin from fruit, which is what sets your jam, and carrageenan, also from seaweed. All of these can form a gel that traps water, so they do the same job on your plate. But they're doing it as carbohydrates, not proteins, and through their own chemistry. So we've got two things that gel water and share a name, but one is an animal protein and the other is a plant sugar chain. Same result, totally different molecule. And because the molecules differ, here's the part that actually matters in the kitchen. They don't behave the same. This is where the difference stops being trivia and starts mattering. Because gelatine and agar are built differently, they act differently. In three ways worth knowing. First, texture. Gelatine gives that soft, tender, melt-in-your-mouth wobble. Agar sets much firmer and more brittle, a cleaner, sliceable set, less jiggle. Second, setting temperature. Gelatine needs to be chilled in the fridge to set. Agar will set at room temperature, no refrigeration required. And third, this is the big one, melting temperature. Gelatine melts at a low temperature, right around body temperature. That's literally why a gelatine dessert melts in your mouth. Your body heat is enough to undo it. Agar melts at a much higher temperature, so an agar jelly can sit out on a warm day and hold its shape completely. And it will not melt on your tongue the way gelatine does. So if a cook swaps one for the other, 1-to-1, expecting the same result, they're in for a surprise. Different molecule, different rules. So the honest verdict, is vegetable gelatine actually gelatine? No, not chemically. Real gelatine is an animal protein made from collagen. Vegetable gelatine is a plant carbohydrate, usually agar from seaweed, that gels water through its own different chemistry. They share a name and a job and nothing else. The name is essentially borrowed. It's a convenient shorthand on the label so shoppers instantly know this is the thing that makes stuff set. But calling agar gelatine is genuinely a bit of a misnomer, and it's exactly why people are confused in the first place. And this isn't a case of one being fake and one being real. They're both legitimate gelling agents. They're just not the same substance, and treating them as interchangeable is where recipes go wrong. If you need a set that survives a warm room, agar's your friend. If you want that classic melt-on-the-tongue wobble, only the animal protein does that. And here's the bigger lesson. The reason this channel exists. A product name tells you what something does, not what it is. Vegetable gelatine describes the job, makes things set, while quietly hiding that the underlying substance is completely different from real gelatine. And that gap between what a label says and what the chemistry actually is, that's where almost all kitchen confusion lives. Once you know agar is a seaweed carbohydrate and gelatine is an animal protein, you stop expecting them to behave the same and you start choosing the right one on purpose. That's the difference between following a substitution chart and understanding what's actually in your bowl. If you want more food chemistry taken apart like this, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.